I'm Mega Mike the Movie Man.
Get over here!
Today, I'm back with another Mega Physical Media Collection video for you all. Today, I'm going to be showing off all my physical media titles that deal with video games, whether they were adapted from video games or they deal with video games within them themselves. I'm going to be showing off that entire collection, my 4Ks, Blu-rays, steelbooks, collections, you name it. I'm going to show it all off today. So we're going to go through all of these physical media titles right here, and then at the end, as a bonus, I'm actually going to rank all of them, saying which ones I think are the worst to the best. So make sure you stick around with me till the very end for that definitive ranking. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So this is in no particular order right now. Once again, I'll rank them at the end. But let's start with the top of the pile. We got the Street Fighter 25th Anniversary Film Collection. Now, I'll put this closer to the screen so you can kind of zoom in to see what's in here. You have the I Am Street Fighter 25th Anniversary documentary. That one was actually really interesting. Teaches you basically a lot about the Street Fighter universe, so that was great to have in there. Then you get Street Fighter 2, the animated movie. You get Street Fighter 4, the ties that bind. Super Street Fighter 4 original film, and then Street Fighter, the animated series. So you get a lot of good Street Fighter goodness within this. So if you're a big Street Fighter fan, this is great to have. Now, you might be able to get this separately, but I know I got this when I picked up the Street Fighter 25th Anniversary video game collection box set. I'll actually show you what it came in, and it actually is so cool to look at. And this was in the PS3 days. So this is the box set it came in, and I'll show you on the back what was all included in this, because this was quite a big box set. And so this is everything that is included here if you need to zoom in or pause. But wow, there was tons in this box set. You had a Street Fighter Cross Tekken game disc, Super Street Fighter 4 game disc. You had voucher codes for a lot of the other Street Fighter games, and it was awesome because I was able to put those games not only on my PS3 but also on my PS Vita. So a lot of good downloadable content there. You even had, once again, these Blu-ray discs that I showed off, and also even more physical media with an 11-disc soundtrack. You get a 64-page hardcover art book. I mean, wow, just tons in here. So also you get this as well, which is really, really cool. So you can be like Ryu. This was really cool that came with it. And then I'll just kind of open this to show you what the inside looked like, but it does look pretty cool packaging wise, the inside. So let me go ahead and do that. So let's open this up. Yeah, and it's really nice that they put this protective sleeve case on it. I do really like that. And so this just looks so cool. Kind of like a treasure chest, I guess. But yeah, look at really cool there. Yeah, definitely a nice little set that's going to be able to last a while in this good casing. I like when they can do that with physical media. But then it opens up like that. You have the certificate of authenticity. So official Street Fighter 25th Anniversary Collection. I mean, that is so cool to have. And then you can basically see in there, it also came with a Ryu statue, which I did take out. But then you also have all the soundtrack CDs in there, which are all really, really nice. And so, yeah. And then also, of course, the physical media disc came in there as well with the games. So definitely a lot to this collection. So it's great to have that if you're, of course, a Street Fighter fan, because it's all Street Fighter there. So really, really nice. And so it takes up some space though, but for what it came with, not too bad. So I'm gonna put this over here. All right, next, let's get into some more of our physical media titles here. Once again, these are in no particular order. We have Mortal Kombat Legends, Battle of the Realms on 4K Ultra HD. You get the Blu-ray, you get the digital code. And so you get the nice slipcover with this one, which is great. Always like having a slipcover with my movies if I can. And this movie was actually pretty decent. It's an animated movie. And I actually thought it was pretty alright. the first half was definitely pretty good with a lot of the fights, and so I think the animation was done well enough. Towards the end, it does go a little bit off the rails. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of the ending. I wish it would have just stuck closer to the games themselves. So yeah, overall, pretty decent. Eventually, like I said, I'll show in my rankings where I would put that one. All right, so let me go ahead and get a little pile over here. All right, so next we have another Mortal Kombat animated movie, Mortal Kombat Legends, Scorpion's Revenge. This is the 4K Ultra HD with the Blu-ray and digital code again. Get the nice slipcover again as well. And so, animated movie once again, but really good animated movie. This one I actually really enjoy. Very close to the first video game, and really the definitive Mortal Kombat story. Great tournament sequences in there. So really well done. I really like this one actually quite a bit. And of course that cover art is so nice with Scorpion kind of popping out, and you got Scorpion spear, Mortal Kombat symbol. I mean, that's just the perfect way to do some Mortal Kombat artwork. So really good animated movie there. And so, yeah, so I got those two Mortal Kombat animated Legends movies. I hope they do add more to that series. You know, I'm always for collecting Mortal Kombat, my favorite video game franchise of all time. All right, so we got some more Mortal Kombat here. We got, of course, some Mortal Kombat Legacy seasons. This was first an online web series, but then they did put it in Blu-ray disc form. So I recommend, of course, picking up the physical media disc. So this was Mortal Kombat Legacy Season 2. Now, Season 2 was all right. The bad thing is it just kind of stops and leaves off on a cliffhanger because we never got a Legacy Season 3, which was unfortunate. Such a shame. Wish we would have gotten it. But, I mean, it gave us some good stuff in Legacy Season 2. They even brought back the original Shang Tsung actor. And so I did like what they did with some of the characters in this one. And so, yeah, really good time if you're a Mortal Kombat fan. So it's always great to have that on physical media. But of course, I think you can also stream it as well. Last time I checked, it was on HBO Max. And then we have Mortal Kombat Legacy Season 1. This is really good. I think this is a perfect little season for Mortal Kombat. And this is the way to definitely do a Mortal Kombat TV show. So I'm glad I have it in a physical media disc form. It's not too long of a season. It's like 9 episodes. So Mortal Kombat Legacy Season 1 and 2, you can probably just get through easily in a day, just kind of marathon it. And I'm telling you, if you're a Mortal Kombat fan or a fan of martial arts or that kind of mysticism of these fighting characters, really fun time. I think they do a good job putting it in like a live action TV kind of setting. So had a fun time with both of those seasons. Once again, they really needed a Legacy Season 3. We did not get it. Wish they did give us a Legacy Season 3 though. Maybe one day. Alright, next we have another 4K slipcover here. This is Mortal Kombat. Once again, we'll get the 4K Ultra HD, the Blu-ray, the digital code. Now, this was the one that came out not too long ago, basically a reboot to the franchise. And, I was disappointed with this one. This movie, I was so hyped for. I was ready for it. The trailers looked pretty good. I like the look of some of the characters. But then, wow, I do not know what they did with this one. This one just, it didn't work for me. They didn't even have a Mortal Kombat tournament within this movie. So weird. It's Mortal Kombat. The tournament should have been the main focus. And the pacing was all off. I really like the beginning of the movie. I think the first third of this movie is pretty good. The middle section gets dragged out way too long, and then the ending section, it's like they clicked fast forward and just went through it in like 5 minutes, and I'm like, whoa, what's happening here? Come on, we need more focus here. So, yeah, it just didn't work for me overall, but because I'm a big Mortal Kombat fan, I do watch this one all the time. And there's some cool characters in here. I think they did Sub-Zero, Scorpion really well. Even Jax and Sonya aren't too bad. Kano's a really good performance here. I think his character is very funny. But then you have other characters that are just kind of dull, like Kung Lao and Liu Kang. Very dull acting there. And then also Cole Young, the main character they put in this movie when they really should have had Johnny Cage. Serious disappointment, really brings down the movie. So Yeah, the special features were okay on this one, but none of these titles here have the best of special features, even though they do give you a little something. And so I didn't get the steelbook on this one. If it was a movie I really loved, I would have got the steelbook. But I'm like, you know what? No, I just waited till the slipcover went on sale, and that's when I picked it up because I don't think it deserves more than like a $20 price range. It deserves no more than that. All right, next we got some more Mortal Kombat movies here. Like I said, Mortal Kombat's my biggest favorite franchise, so that's why I collect a lot of physical media for it. So we have Mortal Kombat Annihilation here. Wow, when this movie came out, oh my goodness, very cheaply made movie, looks very rushed, and wow, this story is all over the place. I don't know why they didn't just follow the storylines of the games. They basically like mixed Mortal Kombat 2 and 3 together with the story in here, and it just doesn't work. Yeah, and how they, recast a lot of the characters, and then it's just not as well done. Yeah, it's a movie I still will go back and rewatch, but when I'm rewatching it, I'm like, not so good of a movie. So, yeah, was a movie I was disappointed with. And they threw a lot of characters in here. They just didn't really flush out the characters. So some of the designs were actually pretty cool, but yeah, they just did some characters dirty in this movie, like Rain. I don't know what happened with that character in here. It was ridiculous. And so that's Mortal Kombat Annihilation. So I have Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Of course, I have Mortal Kombat 95. This, to me, is a really good video game adapted movie here. Mortal Kombat, such a fun movie. They follow the tournament story, right? The MK1 story. They get the characters right in this one. Like Goro's really cool in here. And then just all your heroes you're really rooting for. And so they do a lot of the characters justice here. Now, not everything's perfect. Some things don't exactly match up with the game in terms of like the relationship between Scorpion and Sub-Zero. Yeah, I know they change it up in this movie. But other than like those little nitpicks there, I think they do a good job in making a good, entertaining movie. And to me, that's the most important thing. If you're making a movie, make it entertaining, make it good, even though it might be a little bit different from the video game itself. But they kept most of the things in there, so I was pretty happy with it. So this one's really, really good. Once again, you get some special features in here. And so, yeah, really solid, fun movie. This movie I can recommend basically to everybody, even if you're not a Mortal Kombat fan. If you just like action movies, right, martial arts types of movies, I think most people would have fun with this one. I still think it keeps up to today, even though there's a little bit of that cheesiness in there. I think it works well for a movie like this, so I have a fun time with it. All right, so that was my Mortal Kombat physical media collection. All right, now we got a steelbook here. We got Pokemon here. We got Detective Pikachu. Now, this was a really, really cool steelbook, so I didn't mind paying the higher price on it. And I can kind of show you the back as well. You got Pikachu on the back, which is really, really cool. And Pikachu was great in this movie, voiced by Ryan Reynolds. Such a funny actor there. Really well done. And yeah, this movie had some decent special features, nothing like outstanding, but it was okay. But overall, I just really liked having the steelbook on this one. Of course, you get the digital code in it, which is really nice. And of course, you get the disc. I wish the disc had better artwork, but what are you going to do with that? And yeah, I wish the artwork on the inside, as I'm looking at it, it's okay, nothing special. So I wish that was a little bit better. Yeah, so nothing special on the inside, but I still think the steelbook itself, the steelbook artwork looked cool on the back, and then the front looked cool as well. And so really good movie here. This is a movie that I just thought they did a good job on it. It was very entertaining. The visual effects were really good. They really brought some Pokemon to life. And I'm like, I want to be in that world. I want to be a Pokemon trainer right now. And so they made a coherent story that worked with the Pokemon universe, gave us some thrills and laughs along the way. Really easy watching movie. You can watch it with the whole family. So I think this movie just did such a good job adapting that Pokemon universe. I would like to see a follow-up or a a spin-off of this one or a sequel even, anything like that dealing with the Pokemon universe, I think that would be great. So really like that steelbook in the collection. So I spent a little bit more money on that steelbook, but that's one I felt I would get the use out of it. Same with this next steelbook right here. Next steelbook we got is Free Guy. Now, I know this isn't a movie that's adapted from a video game, but this movie involves so much of the video game world. I had to include it in this collection show off here. So Free Guy, such a good movie. This was actually my favorite movie of last year. Yes, in 2021. Favorite movie of that year. I'll even link that video in the description below if you want to see my top 10 favorite movies of that year. But this made #1 for me. To me, this movie had everything. Look at this steelbook. It was just so awesome, this front cover. And this captures everything that the movie's all about there. Great action, visual effects, really good comedic moments. You even got romance in there. And so everything was top notch in this movie. You even get Taika Waititi acting in this movie, and he is hilarious. Great actor. So really awesome. And then, of course, you can see the back. You do get some special features in there, which is always nice. And so, yeah, and the discs here are really, really good quality on this one. And then to kind of show you what the back looks like without the J card, you got the little fishbowl on the back. So nothing super spectacular on the back, but once again, that front cover is absolutely great. Oh my goodness, such a good movie. If you have not yet seen Free Guy, this is a movie I can absolutely recommend to everyone. This is a movie everyone has to watch. And ooh, I like the disc artwork in here as well. You get blue shirt guy with his tie right there, and then you get the fishbowl disc. I mean, I like when discs do different art designs. Perfect. And then yeah, the back here, you can see some glass shattering from an action scene in the movie. So overall, really good, awesome movie. Once again, I know it's not adapted from a video game, but it involves so much of the video game world. I did want to include it in this collection show off. And so those are all my video game physical media collection titles, but I did promise as a bonus I was going to rank all of these for you out there in case you do want to collect some of these, you want to pick some of them up, which ones are worth it, which ones are not worth it. So I'm actually going to go through now and rank all of them for you all. So what we're going to do, let me get the worst one first, because this one's going to be pretty clear here, even though it's a tough decision to decide which ones are the absolute worst, but this is going to be my personal list. I know not everybody's going to agree. You're going to have your own ranking, so definitely leave your ranking down below of which ones you would rank from worst to best, or at least some of your favorites out of my collection. So I'm personally going to put the Street Fighter 25th Anniversary film collection at the bottom. So these movies aren't terrible, but to me, I'm not like a massive fan of animation. So if you're going to do animated movies, you got to really win me over with a very compelling, memorable story. And these ones are just tougher for me to remember. So if I'm not really thinking they're memorable, then I'm going to have to put it at the bottom. Even though from when I did watch them, they were okay, they were decent. But also another disclaimer, I'm not a massive Street Fighter fan. Obviously, you can see from my collection, I'm much more of a Mortal Kombat fan. So that does kind of put it lower on the list as well. So if you're a Street Fighter fan, you may love this. This may be towards the top of your list. But for me, I'm going to have to put it at the bottom just because I never go back and rewatch those animated movies or documentaries. I just never think, oh, let's have a Street Fighter animated movie day. I just don't do that personally. All right, so next is going to be, all right, we're going to have to now put at the bottom, well, close to the bottom, Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Yeah, Annihilation, not such a good sequel, especially because the first one is so good. It was a shame that this one could not follow it up so well. Even just the beginning and intro, just you're like, what? Where is this going now? Right? With Johnny Cage, really? Did you have to do that to Johnny? And yeah, it's just, no. We can't be having that. No more Mortal Kombat Annihilations, please. So put that one at the bottom. All right, next, we're going to have to put, and this is a tough decision here. This is really tough. But I'm thinking, which one would I pull off the shelf to watch the least. That's how I usually rank my movies, is what am I going to watch more often than not? Which ones am I not going to really watch that much? So I think the next one I'd probably watch the least is going to be this one right here. It's going to be Mortal Kombat Legends Battle of the Realms. This is the next one I'm going to watch the least out of all these other movies. And so this isn't a bad animated movie. It's actually pretty decent, especially the first half of this movie. Really good fight sequences. I mean, it's very like visceral, like brutal action in animation form. They get the tournament parts right when they're basically following the MK2 storyline. It's well done. But other than that, just yeah, I can't put it higher than that because I just don't pull off the shelf that much to rewatch it. Alright, next, I know it's so tough to make these ranking lists here. So, what we'll put next is going to be, yes, I got it. I know exactly what to put next. Alright, next is going to be Mortal Kombat Legacy Season 2. Gonna put this next because even though I did really like the show for what it was, it left off on such a weird little cliffhanger, and they really needed a follow-up for this one to fully work as a story. And yeah, and then a couple episodes in here kind of repeat some of the couple episodes of the first season, so it just gets brought down lower on my list, but I still watch this one pretty frequently. Like I said, I usually do a marathon comboing that with the first season. You can, watch both of them, with under, I think about, a few hours or so. Yeah, it doesn't take too long because the episodes are pretty short. Alright, next. Ooh, okay, we're going to have to put, what am I least likely to watch? See, it gets tough, But I will put, I will put this one. You know what? I will put the newer Mortal Kombat movie. This might be shocking some people. I know some people really like this one, but as a hardcore Mortal Kombat fan, even though I really like the action, the martial arts, some of the characters were there, just overall the story and the main character of the movie just wasn't as good as what Mortal Kombat should be. I'm telling you, Mortal Kombat has a rich lore that can actually, be some really good movies. So because it disappointed me, I'm going to have to put that next. Alright, next we're going to put, tough decisions, but we will put Mortal Kombat Legacy Season 1. So this was a good start to this web series. Really entertaining season, pretty short. Like I said, you can marathon this pretty easily. Gets a lot of characters right, like Sub-Zero, Scorpion, even Jax and Sonya in here are great. I even like what they do with Johnny Cage in this one, really entertaining. And so, yeah, I think they get the characters right with this. So, yeah, I'd recommend this one. This is pretty good. So, yeah, that'll be next. Alright, we're getting to, well, actually, we are in the top 5 now. So, I guess that was at number 5. Alright, next, we're going to have to go with, let's go with this one. We'll go Mortal Kombat Legends, Scorpion's Revenge. This is very close to the Mortal Kombat movie even. Mortal Kombat 1 story, very close to it, but in animated form. So great action, great tournament sequences. So if you're okay with animation, yes, I can actually recommend this one to most people. I think you'll get a kick out of it, especially like action, martial arts, and all that. Now, if you're not an animation fan, it's not going to win you over because you're just not a fan of animation, but that is totally okay. I'm fine with animation, even though I'm not like a massive animation fan. Alright, next, okay, so we're in the top 3 now, top 3, so this is getting tougher to decide. This is going to hurt, but, I'm between 2 right now. I'm between two right now, and I think we'll go with, because which one am I watching less than the other? I'm gonna have to, okay, that's what I'll have to decide on. Okay, so we'll put Detective Pikachu. Really good movie. Once again, the voice acting here by Ryan Reynolds is fantastic. Really throws you into the Pokemon world. All the Pokemon creature characters look really, really cool. And I was a big fan of the Pokemon games growing up. I would play hours and hours of Pokemon. So I think they did a great job with this movie. And yeah, some of the Pokemon designs were so great. When I saw Gengar show up in that little match he was having, Gengar's my favorite. So yeah, this is great. really can recommend this movie to everyone. So that's why this one's going to be at number 3, Detective Pikachu. And also really, really good steelbook. I like that steelbook quite a bit. All right, next. Ooh, it's tough to decide between the last two. Okay, yes, we'll have to do this. Mortal Kombat 95 will be my second place, number 2. I really like Mortal Kombat 95. I think this is a great movie. I think people underappreciate this movie. This movie still holds up to today, even though it does have some cheesy factors. It's not the perfect movie out there. Yeah, maybe some of the visual effects are a little bit wonky now. I'm telling you, just for the core story of this movie, focusing on the tournament, focusing on the heroes, those main characters, I think it does a really good job, and it's just entertaining. And of course, we have to mention the amazing soundtrack. This might be the best soundtrack ever created for any movie of all time. I know it's a bold statement, but at least in a top 10 list, you gotta put this soundtrack for a movie. Oh, it just pumps you up, and I can hear that soundtrack all the time. I just think about it. Really great. Mortal Kombat, do 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 do. Yeah, it is fantastic. So we'll put this at number 2. All right. So then that leaves us with number 1. Number 1 here. And of course, you've been keeping up. You already know which one this is. This is going to be Free Guy. Like I said, this ended up being my favorite movie of 2021. So yeah, one of my favorite comedies of all time now. But once again, this movie has so many genres, it's hard for me to put this one on the shelf because I label my shelf due to genres. And I'm like, where do I put this? Do I put this in action? Do I put this in comedy? Do I put this, in romance? Because that's some romance in there, right? I ended up putting it in comedy just because this movie makes me laugh so hard. So it goes to my comedy section. But it just mixes so many genres great together. It's totally a roller coaster ride of a movie. And it just shows off the video game world. I mean, just so many great video game ideas of non-playable characters. You even get YouTubers in there that play video games and streamers and things like that. So it really shows off the video game world in a very modern way. So I really like this movie. So this is going to have to take home the number 1 spot, number 1 place. Because, first of all, movie's amazing. But also, steelbook, fantastic. Look at this steelbook once again. And for physical media collectors out there, we like the artwork, we like steelbooks, and to me this is just top notch here. So really like it. Looks great on the shelf. And so that's my ranking for all my movies that involve video games. I know I don't have a massive selection yet. I do want to kind of bulk it up and get more into that collection there. So definitely in the comments below, along with your rankings of how you would rank these movies, what other video game adapted movies or movies that involve video games should I pick up? I always love getting recommendations from you all out there. So leave that in the comments below as well. Also, if you want to see some more cool video game videos, I am actually going to be doing a top ranking of what my favorite video game movies of all time are. That should pop up on the screen as well. So make sure you check out that video, of course, once this video is done playing, so you can see, my definitive ranking of things I don't have on physical media, but of course I've seen. That's a real fun ranking. Also, once again, if you're just discovering the channel for the first time and you really love movies, you enjoy collecting physical media, just talking about movies, hearing ranking lists, reviews, movie news, all that great movie entertainment, subscribe right now so you don't miss out on any of that movie value. And also turn on that notification bell so you see when I post those videos, because I do give you guys consistent content out there. Also, like the video. And this is Mega Mike the Movie Man reminding you to make every day a movie day.